So today we're gonna do a starter on this 2013 Nissan Sentra. The first thing you do is you come in with a 10mm either wrench or ratchet or socket, and you remove this battery terminal, positive battery. We're gonna remove the intake manifold because the starter sits right under the intake manifold. Not right under it, but it's underneath. So we'll remove your oil dipstick, disconnect this plug. So you squeeze, and as you pull out, you let go. Now I'm gonna use these because they're nice and long. There's another clip right there. Right here, we're gonna squeeze that clip and then pull this harness out. Squeeze and then pull out. So next I'm gonna use a 3/8 ratchet. What is this, a 4-inch extension? And a deep 10mm socket to get to the bolts of the intake manifold. So there's one bolt there, another one there, another there, and then those up there. I got a battery ratchet here. I was gonna hit it with that, but if I take them off too fast, I'm risking of dropping them, and that's not what I want to do. So I just after I loosen them and make sure they're loose, I go in with a magnet. Okay, so now that we got all these bolts off, connected to here, we're going to leave that there. And now we're going to remove, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 or 6 bolts. The 10mm, you're going to need a longer extension to get to them. I'm gonna go in with a magnet and grab them with a magnet. I'm gonna move very slow, not to pull that bolt out until you're ready to pull it up. So we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. Something else is holding on. So it's this wiring harness, a big wiring harness. Let's see if we can maneuver around it. So pop off this side first, and then slide it towards the left, towards the passenger side, and just try to wiggle it off. Because this big wire harness here is keeping it on. There you go. You just move it up and slide it off. And this, you should be able to move this up a little bit. And there you go. It's freed up. And there's your starter. So what we're gonna do, because this cable might be in our way, we're gonna disconnect this ground here, this ground there. We're gonna disconnect this power wire going to the alternator. And we should be able to move this whole harness over there. And then the rest of the connectors going to the starters. This first ground cable is an 8mm. You could go into with an extension and a swivel. And the next one is you're going to need a shallow 10. This one says 10mm. Here's the other ground cable. I'm going to disconnect this connector here. Now we got these 3 freed up. Now we're gonna do the alternator. Looks like a and grab your 10mm socket. And you can free up this right here, you see? Shallow 10mm socket. And you push up against that clip. And then you pull. Then we got another. Okay, take the nut off, then you remove the cable. Oh, anyway, this over here was already cut. Okay, easier for me. Now we're gonna disconnect all the cables from the starter. That looks like an 8. And that looks like a 12. Okay, 8mm. Okay, that's the wiring for the starter. Now I'm gonna get this bolt here, and then the other one is down there. This is a 18mm, so you should be able to squeeze, get a deep socket and squeeze through the wire right there. Make sure you do not damage it. I'll break the wiring. See how I got the ratchet? It's gonna be really tight. Both the same size. Okay, here's your starter. Now let's come out. So just try to move it around different ways. So I'm gonna point the nose, point it stand. Just try to maneuver it out of there. Making sure you don't have nothing else attached to it. Just flip it upside down, do what you gotta do with it to get it out. Here's your old one, and here's your new one. So just remember, when you get the new part, most of the time they change the hardware. So instead of a 12, this is a 13 now. Just so that I don't have to wonder while I got it in there and I'm all uncomfortable. Alright, now let's go back in with the new one. Same way we got the old one now, we're gonna get this one in. Okay, now you put everything back in the reverse order and you're done. Thanks for watching, guys. If anybody's wondering, if you're wondering how to get these bolts to stay in while you put it inside that, slide it through the intake manifold, just break a piece of your glove off, put it over the top of the bolt, with the head of the bolt like so, and then stick the socket in there. See?